Yeah, in the last class, we were talking about shloka number 26. I am that is yatho nischarite, that shloka. Tatah niyam aitat. Now, in this shloka, is Shankaracharya, is he talking like a Purva Pakshi?
Shankaracharya, or you mean Krishna?
No, Shankaracharya, because Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya's commentary on this is opposite of the shloka.
Okay.
Okay, so this shloka says, Manas Chanchalam Astiram Nischarati. So the shloka is telling us that you have to have Nischala Buddhi. But I understood with your last time when you said that Shankaracharya says, let the mind roam about. Let it go wherever it wants to go. And you think of that.
Good. So Haraprasad ji brought a point, right? So what is the shloka here saying? Krishna, what is he saying? Manaha chanchalam asthira.
Yeah.
Mind is like that. Mind is, he's qualified the mind by saying it is chanchalam, it is moving around. Asthiram, it's not going to stay put. Okay. And then yataha, whenever that happens, yataha nischarati, and then bring the mind back. Niyamya atmani eva vasham. Bring back to your topic of dhyanam, of nididhyasa. Okay. Yeah. This is what Krishna is saying, right?
Correct.
Correct. So Shankara is saying that bringing back, one way of bringing it back is not to retreat from whatever your mind is on. Bring back to Atma. How do you bring any? You thought of an apple, or you thought of the beautiful flowers that are there in your garden. Yesterday you watered all the flowers, the plants, and then you felt good about it. Suddenly you felt, today I think next few days I don't have to water. Suddenly that came. What will you do? Rose is there. Shankara says, think of that rose. Think of that rose. Okay. That rose, is it separate from your consciousness or not? That rose, is it separate from Atma or not? Think it over. Okay. Think it over. That rose, okay, that rose is a flower. Flower is a nama rupa. And what is the substance? What is the content of this flower? Petals and stamen and pistil and all these things you studied in school, which I've forgotten. So that is what those are all the components of this flower. Where is the flower really speaking? When stamen walks away and the petals say goodbye, let me have some coffee and come back. Where is the flower? Flower doesn't exist at all. Flower is nama rupa mithya, and every petals are satyam. Petals are mithya. The constituents of the petal is satyam. And therefore, this way I come down to satyam. And what is there is satyam. And that satyam is me. Because I am not separate from satyam, because I can do the same analysis here to my body and come to satyam. Therefore, when you see a flower in your meditation, you are going to appreciate what? You're going to appreciate Satyam, which is Atma. That is additional information Shankara is giving us. Hey, yeah, tatas niyamya only. Come back from that means what? There are two ways of coming back. One is forget the flower and come back to asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punaha. That is one way of coming back. Another way of coming back to Atma is what? Okay, you want the flower wants to come to my mind. Okay, flower, welcome. It is like welcome. Somebody came home, welcome. Welcome, the mind will relax. If you welcome, the mind will relax. But you welcome it, and then you don't start thinking about watering and this, that, and all the things. How long ago, and I invited this gardener and all that. These days I'm doing gardening, so I have now become a gardener. You should not think like that. That is Chanchalam only. So then
Yeah.
you say, no, flower. Flower is Atma. Bring the flower to Atma. Then I thought of my car. Bring the car to Atma. Then I thought of my children. Bring the children to Atma. That is it. That is what Shankara is saying. So yeah, what you said is opposite of what Krishna is saying. Yeah, it appears opposite. But Niyamya Etat, you're bringing, both of them are saying, bring the mind back to Atma. Different ways of bringing the mind back to Atma. Correct?
Got it. Oh.
And that's powerful. So this is called, I use the phrase, Drishya Anuvidya Savikalpa Samadhi. Drishya means whatever you are seeing in your mind is Drishya. That rose is the Drishya at that moment. Another word they use is, they say, Shabda Anuvidya Savikalpa Samadhi. Shabda. So you close your mind and then you heard a sound. You didn't see anything. You heard a sound. You heard a chirping bird. Then that chirp, that bird came to your mind, and use the bird. Okay, somebody called the name. Hey, okay, did you finish cooking? So cooking. Use the word cooking, and then you drive the cooking down to Atma. Okay, so that is called Shabda Anuvidya. Drishya Anuvidya means whatever comes to your mind without any sound, not accompanied by a sound. That is so. Both are identical in terms of what you have to do with it, but they're just different. One is an image, another is a sound. Correct? That is what Shankara was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope it's clear, Hariprasad ji.
Yes. Dhanyawad. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful dhyanam. We will do that. We will. We have advanced in our dhyanam. So I don't know if we've noticed last couple of dhyanam. Kind of little bit I've notched it up, and so we will. I'll continue to build that, and God willing, we will, do Nididhyasanam also. Yeah. Any other questions?
Guruji.
Yeah.
So it's not to do with the Dhyanam topic, but this is something that I have been meaning to ask. I thought I'll use today to at least. We in chapter 4, Adhyaya 4, we saw Avatarvad, where Krishna has a few shlokas. He talks about that. Now, for let's say understanding an avatar, clearly that is the avatar is able to bring together Brahma's potency in a way which a normal existing entity cannot. Right? I mean, they are able to. Let's not get into what those are, but Krishna himself has. I've been doing, since ages, this Gita knowledge has been transferred, and he remembers all of those things. So I thought it to mean that the various facets of the Brahma, the avatar can call upon at will. Is that a way to think of? Because otherwise, even if I say I'm Brahma, I cannot really comprehend even what the faculties of the avatar are, right? I mean, that's apparent. So how does one try to put it together? I know I was a little discombobulated, but it's a question I wanted to put in the satsang at some time.
Yeah. So basically understanding avatar, correct?
Yes.
Understanding
Yes.
avatar. So the idea of presenting avatara there is that all jivas are born from karma.
Hmm.
Karma, my past karma has given me this body, this life, and then further next life, like this. This is the path of every jiva, including a plant or an insect or any other animal, correct?
Yes.
Including a human being, no doubt. Avatara is unique in that avatara's janma is not due to karma, not due to karma. So we like to imagine a human being. Okay, Krishna, of course, is a human being, and but then Krishna says, "I come into being. I come into being." And then we ask the question, what makes Krishna's birth happen? And often we say, Shastra, all our Shastrajñas say, all our Acharyas say, it is the collective prayer of the people.
Okay.
Collective prayer of the people that precipitates an avatar,
Hmm.
that triggers the birth of an avatar. Otherwise, Bhagavan has no reason to take a form. And we call him and we say this state is in a state of mess, and we need you to protect our temples. Then avatara can come, correct? And some that is why sometimes we point to our guru or point to somebody, Vivekananda, and say he is an avatara. Sometimes they say Shankaracharya, avatar of Shiva, they will say. Avatar of Shiva, they will say. So we are not worried about Dashavatara and all that. Dashavatara is there, but anybody can be called as an avatar. One who has done so much that no human being can imagine doing, that person can be called an avatar.
Hmm.
Because that cannot be a result of any karma. That is the idea. Because accomplishment is so much that this is beyond any comprehension.
Hmm.
So these are avatara. That's how we look at avatara, Aniruddhaji.
Okay. Okay.
And so he says things like Maya is in my control and things.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that. Maya cannot do anything to me. I am the Mayavi. Mayavi means what? I am the one who has Maya in my control, in my grasp. Like that she
Right.
says.
Right.
And I think magician also, we call him in Tamil, we call him Mayavi. And in our southern Indian languages. I think in Hindi and Marathi, probably Mayavi.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
That word is.
Mayavi.
Yes, that word is there.
Correct. Mayavi.
Okay.
Jai Kumarji,
Yeah.
even Krishna tells in this Bhagavad Gita, whenever the atrocities are more, and the world at the verge of destruction, I'm going to rise avatar, a new avatar, I'm going to protect the good people, to punish the bad people. Right? That's one of the main concept of avatar.
Yeah. So he does say in that 4th chapter, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhu. So for the at that time when the dharma declines, then I will be born, I will rise. And then paritranaya sadhunam paritranaya, for the protection of the people who are good, who are dharmic in society, etc. Vinashaya cha dushkritam, etc. It says, yeah. So very interesting presentation, Avantara, is it not? Another unique aspect of Sanatana. Karma is unique, okay? Manifestation of Ishvara. World as a manifestation of Ishvara is unique. Avatara is unique. Unique aspect of Sanatana. So when we teach children, we highlight all these things. These things you won't find anywhere. Okay, God in heaven, etc. Every religion has that. But what is unique about our dharma is this. Yeah, good.
I think only in Sanatana Dharma we believe Punarjanma.
Punarjanma. Correct. Karma is there, therefore Punarjanma. Correct.
Then it leads to karma theory. Then it says good, good, bad, bad. Nobody can escape from karma. If you do the good karma, you'll be a good person, or you'll be again born as a good person. If you do the bad karma, and then probably next janma, we're going to be like a krimi, something which is insignificant.
Yeah, so in the West also they say something like what comes around goes around, or what goes around comes around, something like that they say, right?
So
What
Guruji,
comes around goes around.
there is the Eucharistic thought, right? I mean, after dying, Christ was born after whatever 7 days, whatever. So there is that element is there, comes back to redeem every and all that. We don't need to get into that. I don't know it enough, but there is that particular construct is being used after the whatever after he was buried. He's supposed to have come back, and that's the born again part of the Christ's life or whatever, right? So there is some element of that. I don't know the details of it, but they talk about Eucharism and all of that in Christianity texts, don't they?
Right. So yeah, so we stretch it. What
Yeah,
comes
of course.
around, what goes around comes around. What comes around goes around. Whatever. That is basically karma. Hey,
Yes.
if what comes around, what goes around comes around here in our life, right now.
Yes.
Okay? We stretch it to other janmas. Hey,
Yes.
you can't get away. Suppose I got away in this life.
Yes.
Suppose I committed a crime and then I never got punished. Okay, fine. This life is not going to stop. This life is not the end of life, end of my journey, and that's it. So it goes on. But at the same time, oh my God, so many lives I have to live. This is a pain. One life itself is a pain in the neck. Suppose I say, or somebody says, how am I going to live another life and all that? That seems like too much. Yeah, it says, then also it's an end. So because jnana, because Atma has really no rebirth. If I know that, then there is a moksham. Teliyakunna bandham. Correct? If I know it, I got it. Teliyakunna bandham. Oh, Telugu. It's a composition. So Upanishad also says that. What did we say that day? Ihached avedi atha satyam asti. Nached ihavedi mahati vinashti. If you know it, that's it. Game is over. If you don't know it, it's a great loss for you. This human life is a great loss. And only a human being can appreciate this. Yeah, good.
Jaykumarji, the question is, when you get Atma Jnanam, when you say there's no rebirth, is it because you understand that there is no death?
Yeah. So the question is, what makes Atma Jnanam, or what makes a Jnani who knows the Atma not be reborn? That is the question. So Jnani means one who knows Atma, knows the self.
Avinashi.
Yeah, as Avinay, not this body. Aham dehaha is my understanding. I am as good as this body. Therefore, I have a date of birth also. Date of birth is there for this body. And no, Atma has no date of birth. And so that the person understands. And all other things we talked about, the person understands. Then what happens? Then that karma is the cause of another birth. Okay. Karma is what produces another birth. The karma that is there in one's account has to fructify, has to manifest itself. And that is what gives another janma. That's what gives another janma. Karma is falsified. Karma is negated. Karma, when kartrutvam, doership is negated, karma is gone. And because there is no karma, there is no birth. Because there is no karma, for whom? For this jnani, the only karma that is really there is this prarabdha karma, which is the journey of this body in this life. And so that prarabdha karma, even a jnani cannot do anything about that prarabdha karma. That body has to lead its life, and it ends whenever it ends. And so after that, there is no more karma left. Therefore, there is no birth. Okay. That is the way we look at it. Okay. So you said because he knows there is no death means what? Yeah, it means he knows everything about Atma. No death for Atma is one aspect of Atma. Atma Sarvavyapi is another aspect of Atma. Atma idam sarvam brahmamayam, aham brahmasmi, all those are various aspects of Atma. And because of Brahma being sarvam, there is no death. Death cannot be there for the formless and all pervasive. Death can be there only for the finite. Yeah, therefore the jnani knows the body is going to die. The body is going to fall. He is not going to get deluded. Oh, I'm permanent. And no such delusion. Body is body. It will follow whatever laws it has to follow. Period. I am not that body. And so no more fear. Hirbhayam, abhayam pratishtham vindate.
So it's a continuous state of existence.
So again, state of existence. This is what we are conditioned to say. Because our idea of existence is a state.
Always is.
Is a state. But here always is. That state of existence, the state also exists because of existence. Because of Atma, because of consciousness. And so, yeah. So that consciousness, they say the jnani merges with the consciousness. Sometimes they use that word, merges. Means what? There is no longer any more division. And there is no more upadhi. That jiva does not gain a upadhi. There is nothing to give that person a form. There's nothing left. Still everything orderly, okay? There's no magic happening here. So very orderly. There is nothing that is there to create a form. A form can be created only by karma. Among all the forms that I can take, I have taken a human form. Next form, we don't know what's going to be. And that is caused by karma, and that karma itself is gone. That's why the jnani takes no birth.
So Guruji, they say that the Sukshma Sharira travels, right, to the new body. Is that
correct? Sukshma Sharira travels to the new body.
In this case, that is kind of dissolved. It's no longer...
Correct. Sukshma Sharira is falsified. It is there very much in the body. The jnani also has a Sukshma Sharira in the body. But it is toothless. It is fangless. It is like a snake whose fangs are removed. Gone. Yeah. Good. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarva Maya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarva Maya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you.